And welcome back. Welcome back to Greenbox Gaming plays Delta Green Impossible Landscapes. For those of you listening instead of watching, I'm not sure what to make, but Dace just slowly put on a pair of shades and is now staring
fucking
intently at the
sweet-ass
screen.
shades.
I'm in character.
You're in character? What character?
This is my backup character, and his name is Chuck Manbone.
Can you tell us a little bit about Chuck?
He's a whole lot of dude.
Right. It's a whole lot of man. That voice you're hearing there, that is our good friend Dace playing Benji Potts.
Chuck Manbone.
Still playing Benji Potts. Chuck Manbone has not manifested yet.
Has not emerged.
It's not emerged. I'm also joined by Brad playing Hank Ellis.
Yo.
I'm joined by Jean playing. Surprisingly, no one would have bet on it.
Surprisingly alive.
The surprisingly alive Benedict, our journalist, and I'm Joe, your handler. Man, that last session, guys, that was
It was fun. It was a roller coaster.
A humdinger.
My heart was beating the whole time.
Well, good, because Benedict
Because I was alive. No, Joe. It's not how it works.
Well, what do you... I don't know, like, do you guys... Like, Dace, Brad, and I have played a good bit of, like, D&D and some other games. John, I think you played D&D with us, and then this, and that's really your exposure to the RPG world, or the tabletop RPG world. I don't know, like, have you guys had any other encounters with character death in other games? And, like, I don't know, like, it's some games it's a lot more common. Like, for instance, Delta Green, Call of Cthulhu, that kind of thing. It's a lot more common.
I don't think I've ever had
a character die. Yeah, same.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure if I have, now that I think about it. But I guess that kind of goes to... I think that kind of speaks to the difference in the style of the game. You know, that...
Yeah, we honestly just haven't been playing Delta Green long enough. Like, it will happen.
100%. Well, I mean, you guys got lucky that last episode.
Well, I would say so. I mean, we barely handled Michelle or whatever.
Even the games before, though, we got lucky. Like, we burnt down a house, we got, there's a lot of shit that happens, and we got lucky every single time to pull it off.
Yeah.
This was really lucky. I mean, Madison, Benji, rolled that 10. He had a 10% chance.
Oh yeah, to succeed to stabilize.
To stabilize Benedict.
That was crazy. I can't believe I got that.
I can't believe you took the chance. I didn't think you were going
I know. That was crazy. Before I even knew it, you had rolled it. I was like, ugh.
Well, I mean, I was just trying to think of what Benji would do, like, or what even I would do in that situation. Like, you're in the back seat with somebody who's bleeding out. You got to try to do something. Like, you're not just gonna sit there and watch your buddy die.
Right.
Even if you accidentally, like, make it worse, you gotta try something.
Mm.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I mean, like, but even like, freaking Hank. Oof, like, Hank was brought down to 5 HP. In one blow, which stunned him, and then this thing's chance to attack to hit is not too shabby, and Hank, it happened to miss Hank. It is technically possible that Hank could have survived that attack. It is not likely. So even that, I mean, the fact that you still have 3 party members.
I will say, this is the most dangerous thing we've encountered across all of our Delta Green exploits. Like,
and it just happened so fast. It was like,
it could literally one-shot you. Like, Joe rolled damage on Hank, and it was 11. If that had been Benji, that's it. Over. That's Benji's HP. Dead in one hit.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and that, I think that really goes to speak about the difference of this game compared to other games. And I know there's lots of other games out there besides D&D, but that's what we have the most experience with otherwise. But like a lot of your more typical kind of D&D-esque games where you're a superhero basically. Even at level 1, imagine a level 1 player character compared to your commoner villager in D&D. Like you have godlike power. Like even at level 1, like you do things that they can't imagine. And you're kind of like you're the superhero, and you get all these crazy powers. In your upper tiers of play, you're literally fighting gods and stuff like that. Delta Green's not like that. Like you can learn more things, you can get better at skills, maybe you can learn some rituals, but even fucking with that's it's a double-edged sword. But yeah, you're still just people at the end of it.
Yeah, you won't find accounting on a D&D player sheet.
No. Which I think is, there's any metric to determine how good a game is, the presence of the accounting skill is definitely one. Yeah. All right, you guys want to roll back into this?
Let's do it.
All right.
Oh wait, quick question. Have you had any other? Have you listened to other podcasts where players have died, and how do they handle it?
Other Delta Green podcasts?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Do they cry? Because I was almost on the verge of tears.
Were you? Like at the fear of losing Benedict?
No, I'm not that attached to him.
I'm sorry. If that was a true thing, I don't mean to sound like I was making fun of you.
No.
Sorry, that was really
No.
dismissive of me.
No.
Great.
I am
It's
playing.
been great
I am playing.
radio.
I was just excited.
Can you?
I was excited and prepared to move on.
Can you shed a few tears for us right now?
Yeah.
Should I not
Make sure
have saved Benedict?
You should have definitely let Benedict die, man. This is all on you now.
All I have to say is that with Benedict, he would not have gone back.
But dude,
Yes.
As a character, he would not have gone back. But you guys did, and you fucking pulled it off. And there were two of you, and that's the only way it could have panned out.
How do you feel about your backup character? Like, are you excited to play that character? We don't know anything about it, and I don't think Joe wants us to.
No,
yeah,
we'll
for
see.
those
We'll see.
for those of you listening, I'm gonna be doing a character creation session with each of the players, so they can that's just me and them, so that we can hammer out a character, so that the other people don't know about it. But also, at any point those characters become introduced, we're going to release that as a Patreon exclusive kind of thing. So something to look forward to for the patrons out there. But yeah.
Cool idea.
So you guys,
Let's do it.
let's get into it, right?
Yep.
So you guys are currently in a veterinary office. It's dull and dingy. It smells like someone probably regularly smokes in this place. The smell of anesthetic and antiseptics. As all the dogs and cats are barking and growling and meowing at you, as you're standing there with Benedict, who's just basically been snatched back from the jaws of death. You guys were eventually recruited by Agent Exeter to investigate the disappearance of Delta Green agents from the Dorchester House, and apparently Delta Green associated mental health hospital. And you investigated that, and you determined there was some foul play and all sorts of things. You were getting very suspicious of several different people, and you met up with your handler, your controller, Agent Exeter, and it became very clear that he had been corrupted. Once you guys discovered evidence of the King in Yellow on his person, you followed him back to his house, and you broke in and discovered this mechanical monster that immediately felled Benedict. You guys had a pretty knockdown, drag-out fight with this thing. You did some damage, it's like there's gunshots, and Benedict's being pulled out by Benji, and Benji at one point in time, he critical fumbles, and he falls as he's slipping through the blood. Hank gets smashed and stunned, and by complete luck, avoids being stabbed through the face, just like Benedict. You guys make it to the car and evacuate the area as this machine runs off into the woods across the street, which is, it's a problem for another day.
Never to be seen again.
Never to be
or
seen
heard
again.
of.
I'm sure it won't come up in this story. You guys, with a really, God, I loved this. This is like, it's kind of a weird thing for it to be one of my favorite parts of that last episode. But I like that Dace was like, hey, I had these black market contacts since the in-between time between 1995 and 2015. And he rolled a roll, and lo and behold, he knows a mob doctor, a veterinarian, who for the right price will patch up your bullet holes and whatnot. And then Benji's able to stabilize Benedict while they go there. They get there, and the doctor is able to bring Benedict back from 2 HP up to 4 HP, I believe, and is able to give old Hank a shot of something to give him a little more pep in his step. And here we are in Dr. Abrinovic's veterinary office. You know, it's getting towards probably 3 a.m. You know, and he's looking Benedict over. And Benedict, you're sitting there, your shirt's off. You have this big bandage, that's, you know, like a big white bandage that's taped with medical tape on this big wound on your neck. And you guys are looking at Benedict. He's white as a sheet. I mean, he lost a lot of blood. Dr. Abrinovic, is like looking him over. He's like feeling his pulse. He goes, your pulse is high. It's because your body does not have enough blood, so it's pumping harder. This is normal to pass in a few days. Careful with these stitches, he says as he kind of like gives the bandage another look. Says, if you get a little too exuberant, you may pull the stitches, do damage. Do not mess with my work.
Doctor, what blood type is that little pooch over there?
It's dog blood type.
What does it match?
No,
does it match my blood type?
Dogs have like 8 different types of blood types. It's they're not like people.
Will it match? And can I? How much for that dog's blood?
It will kill you.
Do you have any pigs? I was reading the other day you can put a pig heart in the body of a man.
No,
pigs?
I think you should
pigs?
leave. I'm very busy.
I have money.
Oh,
I'll
speaking
pay you
of money.
for a pig.
Speaking of money.
Didn't you? I thought you paid them already. Looks at
no.
Benedict.
Well,
I was told that you had money.
yeah, sorry about that.
That's awkward.
How many standard funds do you have laying around on your sheet?
Oh, he's still got. Well, actually, he's not gonna tell the person he's negotiating with how many standard funds
Well,
he
don't
has.
worry,
Thank you very
because
much.
last time your friends were made sure to tell him that you were loaded.
Yes. So
I don't
Doctor,
think we said he was loaded. We just said he was the one that had the money.
well, not to sound ungrateful, Doctor, I do want to pay you what is fair. How can I compensate you for what you've done?
With money.
Oh, I have art too, if you're interested.
I don't want to know. I'm not interested. I want money.
You don't like? Okay.
He tells you that you basically owe him the equivalent of 10 standard funds.
Oh, that hurts.
It's expensive.
Doctor, can we organize? I'm pretty sure we're gonna be back. Is there some kind of a loyalty program that we can
Like a punch
work
card.
with? Yes. I got a neck punch card, and I'm hoping that when I reach 3, I'll get a free one.
If you want, I could just take the stitches out, and you could go
No,
back
no.
the way you came.
But can he legit persuade him? Try and negotiate the price down.
Do a persuade, man. Do a persuade. Let's see what you got.
Failure.
Ooh.
Oh,
No, he basically tells you he
Alright.
needs a few $1,000 in cash. This shit doesn't come cheap.
So Benedict is left with 9 standard purchases from his 19. That's a lot of money.
Maybe throw in to get some more pain meds from you, Doctor. That really helped me out there.
Well, no, I think I could give you those for free. I could give you some. He says, I like Benji. You're lucky. You're lucky I like Benji. And he goes over, he puts you together basically like a kit. He says,
sweet.
Bandages, pain pills. And he like throws a bunch of these, he's like, do not take these unless you get hurt again. I don't know what you're doing, but yeah. Be careful.
Much appreciated, Doctor. And
someone write down on their character sheet, please. Medical.
I'll write it down. Okay.
And Doctor, what should we do to recover?
You should rest. Don't do whatever you were doing when this happened. That is my professional opinion.
Thank you, Doctor. And
don't put chew on your stitches either.
Who?
He's a vet.
Bada bing.
Does Benedict come up with a big cone of shame?
A cone. He gives you a cone. He's like, all right. If he now he might bite at you. He's talking to you other two. He's like, he might be a little bit snippy. If he bites you, it's okay. He's just scared.
Is he gonna walk around all funny and lean on walls and stuff and take cute pictures of him?
God, I hope so.
I'll send you some.
Anyway, do you guys have anything else productive for Dr. Brinovic? Or,
I don't think so.
All right.
He doesn't.
You guys...
I think Benedict will leave him with his number and say, sir, you've done me a great service. If you ever need anything, you give me a call.
Yeah. Did you guys get in the car and you head back to the hotel? I don't know, like, kind of, like, as you guys are... I mean, you guys were super worried. Like, obviously, like, it was just pure adrenaline for, like, probably almost an hour, as you guys were, you had the combat, you were driving over here, you were standing there, like, trying to help Dr. Brinovic as he's trying to save Benedict. He's trying to, close up this big-ass hole in his neck. And... as the stress of all of this, and especially Benedict, as the stress of having been on death's door all kind of comes to, there are some sanity rules that need to be done.
Straight into it, Joe.
Yeah, straight in, man. And I hate to say this, but I'm looking at the chart. I'm looking at the chart that's in the Delta Green rule set. Only one of you really needs to roll these checks, and it is Benedict. As the drugs fade away, as the anesthesia kind of fades away, and he really realizes what happens. He really has the clarity to consider it. The sanity damage steps in. Benedict. So there are a few options here. I am going
roll for amnesia.
I'm going to give you the option that's the worst, because I'm going to give you the most extreme option. Because there are two things that happen. There is the sanity loss from being stabbed, strangled, or shot. But then there's the sanity loss for reduced to 2 HP or fewer. Now, both of these things happened all at once. So we're going to go with the worst one. So please roll a sanity check and tell me what you get.
Does it feel good to be rolling again?
So good. So good to roll.
Feel to be a part of the game.
I got 2 failures already. Failure on sanity.
Okay.
Good.
Go ahead and roll. So let me. I need to look at your character sheet just real
I am
quick.
at my breaking point, sir.
Check your persuasion box.
Yeah, and make sure you guys have checked the things that you failed. Yeah, so roll 1d6 for me.
That is a 1.
Oh, you were lucky, my friend. That is 1 sanity damage. Would you like to deflect that sanity
Absolutely.
damage? All right, who are we going to deflect on?
At this point, Papua New Guinea is going to take it. That pigeon, the meaning of life really changes once you've been stabbed in the neck, and it really puts into perspective your life choices for the pets that you visit, that you have, after getting patched up by a illicit black market vet.
Okay. It's interesting to see, I don't know, the kind of guy that Benedict is. He's like, I just really regret this damn pigeon after all this is said and done.
Still a sweetheart, but...
All right, roll a 1d4, please.
Another?
Yep.
Shit. That's a 1.
All right, reduce your current willpower by 1. Why is your current willpower higher than your maximum willpower? That's not right.
That's a good point. That's not right.
I'm changing it. I'm changing it to current willpower 7. Yeah, so, and then reduce one of your bonds to Papua New Guinea. Your pigeon that stays at home.
Yeah.
Wow. You guys are really lucking out here. All right.
What? We've seen some shit, man. We're veterans.
Oh, and also, go ahead and tick the box.
On violence?
Actually, no, I don't think so, because you didn't actually take the sanity damage.
Oh. Okay.
Because you didn't actually take the damage. So, no. All right.
Well.
You guys make it back to the hotel. As you do, you go upstairs, and I'm going to assume that you do something to vaguely clean up as you guys stumble into the Ritz-Carlton.
For sure.
You guys make it in. You're able to wash up a little bit at the vet's office, and as you make it back to the Ritz-Carlton, you go get in the elevator, you go upstairs to your room. And as you do, there is one of those room service trays with the... What is that? What's that dome thing they put over the food? What's that called?
Bell
There's a word
jar.
for it.
Serving platter, maybe?
You know what I'm talking about. The little thing that you put on top of
opaque
food.
one. Right.
Yeah. It's like, looks like there's like some food there, and it's there by the door. And it said there's like a little piece of paper on it. A little folded sheet of paper on the hotel stationery there, right by your door.
Hank picks it up and reads it.
It says, per your request.
Okay. So
Guns.
this is inside the
Lots
hotel
of
room,
guns.
right?
Yeah, like right
Guns.
right inside the door of your hotel room. Sorry if I said outside. It's inside. That's still
cool.
legal for it to be outside.
Yeah, I thought so. But I mean, our handler was a psychopath, so I'm not putting anything past the organization at this point.
Which handler? In-game.
Exit.
In-game.
Oh, okay, yeah, Roger.
Okay, let's see what's in the trays.
You pick open the silver thing, and it looks like a big breakfast. It's a big English breakfast. Lots of beans and toast, all of that stuff.
Hank
Benedict, it reminds you of home.
Benedict tucks in.
Yeah, Hank starts eating some toast, looks under the tray, I guess.
You look under the tray, and there is, if you're surprised to see, a big wooden crate that has been concealed underneath the tablecloth that is over this.
Benji, you mind pulling this off? I think this might be the weapons. Hank's still sore. He can't really do some heavy lifting right now.
Yeah, sure. Benji will pull the crate out and pry the top off.
Yeah. Keep in mind, you guys still do have shotguns as well.
Yeah, Benji pulls out a shotgun and blows the box apart.
Roger. Blow! Blow! you pull the box out, and it's like this big wooden crate. It's got handles on both sides, like rope handles, and it looks to be like basically nailed shut, and it's covered in all of these like stamps and slips of paper that look like shipping invoices from, like, some of them are in Chinese, like some of them are English, some of them are in language you're not sure about. Like, just like it's covered with stamps and like burned imprints and stuff. It looks like this thing has been all over. If you take it, you guys have crowbars or something with you. You guys have some type of kit. You're able to get it open. And inside, you see that there are some rifles. Specifically, there are basically like military-style M4s
Nice.
that are broken down into their into their half pieces to fit in the box. And there are 3 sets, and then down at the bottom of the box, in some straw, are a bunch of magazines and ammunition.
Cool.
Nice. We'll add that to my character sheet. M4.
What should I put? 1 for the damage, 1 D what?
The damage for these guys are 1d12.
Just as the same as the heavy pistol?
Yes, but they also have the option to go fully automatic, which gives you a
Nice.
vitality rating.
Okay, cool.
And they also have an armor piercing.
Ooh,
Cool.
That'll come in
that
handy.
will be useful. Yeah.
Not that you guys need armor piercing for anything. Not like you've got any Terminators walking around out there.
Well, alright, this is helpful. I
Boys,
guess we'll
let's
probably
go
sleep.
river hunting. In a week.
Well, there is something
10
for
days.
us to discuss, fellas. I don't know rightly if we can take down that thing anytime soon. And I am very curious as to what is in Exeter's house. What is the time frame how exactly are we gonna go about tracking this guy down? That seems to be the mission, and very well could lead us closer to Abigail.
And she's like, what?
Just first of all, what the hell even was that?
That's
I
gonna
ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. Is that from the night floors? Did it escape somehow? What the hell is that?
I don't know what exactly this man was involved in. He was obviously some kind of insane mechanic of sorts. I don't know where he got the schematics for something like that, but
Well, it seems like I don't know, either somebody, I'm not putting names or anything, but somebody sprung a trap. And I think somebody should be a lot more cautious next time around.
Could have been anybody.
If we're being honest.
Hank sighed his
And
eyes.
did I ever say thank you for saving my life, you two? It's a
That's
question.
very big of
Did I
no,
ever
no,
say
you
it?
didn't. You did not.
Okay. Then noted for later.
wow.
Wait a second. So you say, did I thank you? All right. Hey, put a pin in it, and we'll circle back
We have
around.
more
This
important things
guy.
to talk about.
Well,
Gonna
just
let
next
you
time we come
bleed out.
across any strange machinery, let's just not hit it with a sledgehammer before
Agreed.
inspecting
I
it.
think we
a
can
little further.
all agree.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, I think we're gonna get some rest tonight. It is still night. Yeah. No, it's breakfast.
Yeah.
It's early in the morning. Like the sun's really.
We
not
definitely need to get some sleep, I would think.
to rest.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Does anyone have any ideas about how to actually track? I don't very well necessarily want to go back to the house with that
Well,
line thing.
Are
we would have
we
his
in
license
danger?
plate.
Which would lead us
Do
to
we
his
know-
house. You know.
Do we know
I
if
don't-
Exeter knows where we are? Do we need to start thinking defensively here?
I'm not sure how. I don't know if he's necessarily out to kill us. He's he's definitely involved.
How are your ribs doing, buddy?
Well, that was his pet, not necessarily him. I'm not. I don't know how sentient it was. It could have been a trap, though. I don't know. Should we change now? Should we change hotels? I do like this place, but maybe I would sleep a little bit better, knowing that Dr. Barbas didn't know exactly where we were.
Benji's already asleep.
It's too late.
I mean, imagine all that shit we just went through. Like,
no, you guys
you'd
are
be
exhausted.
exhausted.
Are absolutely exhausted, 100%.
Well, maybe we'll just see what the morning brings.
Yeah.
And
all right.
as far as plans go.
Take a rest.
Yeah, you guys bed down in your typical spooning formation, your three layer spooning formation. And as you Benedict, Benedict at one point in time you get up and like you need to pee, and it's like you're so dizzy and weak that like you almost like can't. But you guys are able to rest, and you eat your English breakfast. It's a little cold, but you eat it anyway. And you guys rest a little bit. So go ahead, everyone who's missing out on hit points, go ahead and make me a Constitution test. And
success.
Nice.
2 successes. Each of you get 1 hit point back. Everyone who's missing willpower, go ahead and roll 1d6 and regain that much willpower.
Got a 4.
Got a 5.
So I'm actually back up to full.
Yep, me too.
Good.
And we can
we roll for sanity recovery, no?
That's not how it works.
But English breakfast for the Englishman.
It doesn't. It's comforting, but it's not that comforting.
update our skills.
Yeah, and go ahead and click your button to increase your skills, please.
Cool.
Now, so you guys are, it's, by this time, it's probably basically the middle of the day. You guys probably made it back in there about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So it's like noon, 1 o'clock.
Yep. Well,
do you think old boy's gonna come back to his house? Should we just post up there with these M4s and ice him?
Fuck him up.
Well, as tempting as that is, Benji, I would like to question him before we execute him, which will happen for what he did to us and his robot.
What him and his damn pet robot did.
We're gonna make him hurt.
But I do not.
Speaking of robots, what happened to the robot?
I love the idea that Benedict wakes up. He's like, wait a second, you guys destroyed the thing that almost killed me, right?
You destroyed it, right?
About that.
I sure am glad we don't have to do that again.
We definitely banged it up a little bit. I'll say that. It could have very well broken down a couple feet into the woods, but
it's pretty.
We called it in. I think we did our due diligence by calling it into the organization.
I'm sure they'll handle it. It's not like they typically just tell us to fucking figure it out.
Well, that's a good point. Should we check in with our friends to see if they handled that situation?
We could, or we could. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to be finding that thing. Today is not the day I'm going to go after that robot again.
I love that. Hank's just like, nope.
But it would be good to know what the status on the house is without us going back to the house, because let me tell you, that neighborhood is not very friendly.
Well, yes, the grandma.
Well, yeah, now it has at least one killer robot running around it.
But picture this, if you will. We don't know who this man with the sandwich is on the other side of the line every time we call. But I do not think it would be beyond him. Once we ask for the status on the killer robot, it becomes our responsibility to find that status out.
Fair. Very fair point.
Which I do not want that responsibility
So
right
you guys, now. You're like
skirting it.
It's like a kid who's like knocked over a vase while his parents are not. Just don't tell mom.
We have right now we've got a lot of things on our plate, and we gave it a shot. We did not kill the robot. Maybe another time we will kill the robot. Is my whole philosophy on that situation.
You've convinced me. You've convinced me, good sir. So, what do we know about this goddamn Exeter? We know that we can't trust him. We know that he's been affected by the King in Yellow. We know that he also used to work for the state police as a criminal psychologist.
Let go recently, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Correct.
And we don't really know if he's aware of his status within the agency.
And a woman was in the house.
At least one other person.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a bit hard to get back on track with a stab wound to the neck.
Yes. Whatever happens, we do not need to go get into a violent scenario again. But maybe, well, now I'm thinking about it, maybe all we can do is do a drive-by on the place to see what's happening. Definitely don't stop, you know?
What if we just stay in the car, cruise around the neighborhood with our M4s, look for that robot, hang out the window, put it on fully auto, go to town, and then pump the gas and get out of there.
I love the idea of like that scene from The Dark Knight where the Joker's hanging out the window of the cop car.
Exactly. Just in the suburban neighborhood. It's like a sunny Tuesday afternoon.
We're definitely taking these assault rifles wherever we go. I just had another idea, though. Maybe I could call in the tags and have the marshals or the surrounding local police keep an eye out for this car and to call me.
Hell yes.
I don't know. We could do something like that, assuming he's not back at his house. So I will do that at the very least.
Yeah.
I think that's the only ideas I have for finding Exeter.
So off character, did we know that Exeter was friendly with Dr. Psychologist Richard Dallin? Was he in connection to Exeter?
We don't know if they have any
generally
contact at all.
Okay.
We just know that he is obviously got something weird going on. He gave us the invitations with the demon stamp under those invitations, which was very weird. And what did we find out about this thing we found? There's probably tons of shit in his house, besides what we saw on the doorstep. What was that note? It was written in code, but Benji was able to decipher it on the spot, kind of.
Yes. Yeah. Give me a moment to find it. I can reread it to you.
Just
It mentioned Abigail for sure. So he's got something going on with this King in Yellow, the pale mask dude. Who knows? Maybe he's been to the night floors, but whether he knows.
Well, we saw no one else leaving that house, but there were people inside. So it could be that there's a connection to the night floors in this house itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In which case, we go in, we close all the doors, and we burn the place down again.
I say we do a drive-by on the spot, just not actually shoot up the spot, but literally drive by it. And I don't think it would be. We very well could just find the place already burnt down because we didn't call it in. You know.
True.
I'm
Sounds like
dropping
a
in in the roll 20 what it said.
Thank you.
You wrote in the roll 20.
Yeah.
Dearest M,
Okay.
made the crossing with a strange little man called Mosby. All is well, the towers of gold are magnificent, and Yetel is a wonder. Say hello to V for me. Abigail is here. Wish you were here.
Yeah. As you guys are kind of going over this, actually, everyone make me a sanity check.
Fuck.
Can't even handle
Don't
words.
worry. You can't even handle
Thinking is a
words.
problem.
Success.
Successes.
Benedict fails.
Benedict, what's your charisma?
Very high. 15. It's his best stat.
Really?
Wow.
All
He's-
the talking he's done.
He's a
All the
talk.
successful negotiations he's brokered.
Did you try negotiating with a robot?
Benedict, I would like you to add a new bond onto your bond list.
Ooh.
I would like you to give it a. We're gonna call it a. We're gonna round down. Round down rule. We're always round down. Give it a 7. And under the
Okay,
name of
comes
that
up with a-
bond,
Yeah.
the name of that bond, please put Benji Potts.
Yes, I was thinking of this. These fuckers saved me, dragged me out of the
Yes.
shit. There should be a bond.
When you go through certain traumatic, this is mechanical thing for Delta Green. You go through certain traumatic things with other people, with your teammates. You can trauma bond with them, essentially.
Wow.
Benedict,
That
having
does-
heard what Benji did for him. Benedict, he has a rough exterior. You know, he plays hard to get, but you know, there really is something there. He definitely, you guys, your relationship has changed a little bit. Not so much Benji's to Benedict, but definitely Benedict's to Benji's.
Or it has
John,
nothing to do with who was the big spoon and little spoon last night.
John, can you go ahead and deduct 1 point from your bond for not thanking me?
No, that's coming up. That's coming up later. Yeah. In fact, Benedict, in a little bit of his on his way back from the bathroom in the middle of the night, kind of cuts to him getting back into bed and kind of cuddling up to Benji. Real
Is this
tight, real
canon?
close.
It's
Real
canon.
close. It's definitely canon. This is real. This is not one of our shenanigans. He cuddles up real close.
Even after all that blood loss, his arms are so big and strong, you know? Like, they're just so
Gives him-
comforting.
He gives him a really comforting hug. He's Benji. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank
He
you.
whispers in your ear.
Benji farts in his sleep.
All right, let's get back on track. Okay. Yeah. So
Because that's the kind of game we're playing now.
that's the kind of game we're playing now. Yeah. So you guys are. What are you guys doing now? You've kind of. What have you guys settled on? What are you thinking?
I think we're definitely going to do a slow drive by to see what the status on the house is.
And you should also
Keep an
call your contacts to keep an eye out for.
The local law enforcement, at the very least,
Yep.
the marshal's office, to keep an eye out for his car
Like
intact.
you're gonna put like a bolo, which
Yeah.
is a be on the lookout.
Yeah.
You're gonna put a bolo out for him.
And to contact me, pull him over if you see him, and keep him there, and contact me. Like,
Ooh.
just
Okay.
do that situation where they just have the lights on, they sit in their car forever till someone else shows up.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so you put that out, like that's not a problem. You're able to get a hold of your guys back at the marshal's office. They put out the bolo in Boston. You know, they say that he's in the Boston area. Yeah, so you guys are heading back to the neighborhood where Dr. Barbas is at. He's in Medford, Massachusetts, which I assume is close to Boston. And you guys make that slow drive by. You know, Benedict, you can't help but get a little bit nervous as you guys get near this place. I mean, you guys are still really busted up. You know, especially you, Benedict. You literally have this huge, unsightly bandage on your neck.
He's
Like,
got a foulard on. He's got a big old neck scarf happening.
Is that what it's called?
A lard?
A foulard. Well, that might be a
Foulard?
headscarf.
That's a new one on me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've got
It is
like You've got one of those big hipster scarves on.
Mm-hmm.
You just have like
And he wears
up.
it gracefully.
Of course he does.
Just waving out the window.
So you guys, as you guys are hanging out the windows, scanning the periphery with your M4s, as you drive through this suburban town, which I assume you're not actually doing. As you guys cruise by, you see. Is Hank still driving, or Benedict? Are you? Or sorry, Benji. Or Benji, are you driving for Benedict?
Yeah, Benji will take the wheel.
As you guys cruise by, you see some telltale smears that are now browning on the sidewalk and in the pavement. Like maybe there was a spot where the car was parked where there's a little bit of pooling of what is that's good old fashioned 100 proof Benedict right there. As you guys are going by, you look at the front door. You remember how I said that it was just blown off the hinges? Looks fine. Looks like nothing ever happened.
So, that doesn't make any sense. If a team came out to contain the situation, why would they replace the door but not clean up the blood?
Roll me I would say probably an alertness for whoever's eyeballing out the car then.
66 critical.
Nice.
He sees everything.
Sorry, my dogs are going
I
crazy.
see through the house.
I can see everything. I see everything.
Just the Matrix code going down everything.
Yeah. All right, so sorry. I hope you guys can't hear my dogs.
I can't hear anything.
The
Okay,
noise
cool.
filter's good in it.
Thanks for the filter. Thank God for filters. Hank, you're in the passenger seat, I guess, like kind of looking up, and as you see that there is this weird spot where there's a bit of a, like I said, a bit of a smear on the sidewalk. And you see that there's like, as a critical as well. Imagine like a bad Photoshop where someone had taken and like tried to edit out something. But instead of it being, there's like a really harsh line where between the sidewalk and really like on the like path up to the front door, there's this harsh line where what you would call probably like the bounds of the property is just like the blood is cut off, and there's no blood on the walkway up to the steps. The step that the mechanical creature stepped through and broke is not broken. There is no evidence that any violence occurred on the property, yet off the property, some evidence still remains.
Oh no.
My instinct doesn't say, like what Benji said, that doesn't seem very... I point this out to everyone. This doesn't very well look like a Delta Green cleanup. We just burn everything, right?
Yeah, actually,
usually.
Can Hank go ahead and roll that sanity check for me as
Wow. Okay.
as he realizes that something
Success.
unnatural is that okay?
2.
You take no
Wow.
damage.
Okay, so this whole fucking house is just weird, just like the goddamn apartments. Part of me wants to go.
Things safely.
What was that, Benedict?
How do we approach this thing safely? I'm not scared.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Part of me wants to go in. There's obviously more to discover in here that would lead us closer to Abigail but we cannot get in another tussle with anything. in the state
need
we're
it.
in.
We need to find Exeter.
And by the way, real quick, I feel like I do need to ask. And you do see that Exeter's car is in the driveway.
Oh, well, that was important.
I'm sorry. I should have mentioned that.
That was important. Okay.
I do need to ask you guys, what do you guys have for kit? After what happened last time, are you guys just armed to the teeth?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
think that M4 ban.
M4 side large pistol. Let me look at all my shit. I have basically all my shit I can possibly have on there. Spare magazines, flashlight.
Benji is wearing body armor this time.
Benedict too. I think he would learn that lesson. If there is, was there body armor, or did we not have?
You guys have body armor.
Okay.
All right, I'll tell you this.
You also have trench coats that conveniently can relatively conceal large weapons. Relatively.
Joe, could I just say I have all this? Like, this is stuff I copied from like my profession. I would have at least access to. But could we say I have this in the car since I have access to it and I knew I was gonna?
The stuff, is it on your sheet?
Yeah.
Let me just take a peek at it. I mean, you're gonna have most of the stuff.
It's not anything crazy, but I do have like some cool stuff like a ballistic shield, a halogen forcible entry tool.
Yeah, which is basically just like a big old crowbar.
Yeah.
Pepper spray, ballistic shield, throat mics, body armor and vest, knee pads. Yeah, I mean, I think you've got fire retardant balaclava. Love that.
Awesome.
I think you probably have, because you specifically, I think you probably have one set of like full-blown tactical fucking armor. The other two have access to a Kevlar vest, like a bulletproof police vest. You guys also have FBI jackets and that kind of stuff that you had from a few years ago. You still have your old IDs, stuff like that. You have some shotguns that came from a creepy bookstore that wasn't there, and then was.
What about the antique tomahawk from Michelle's house? I have that on my character sheet. Do I have that?
Would you have brought that with you? You answer me.
100%. 100%. I'm kidding.
Okay.
Fuck. I really want to go in this place, but we cannot.
I can't go in. I have bad news.
Yeah.
I think I lost the throat microphone that you gave me, and I'm sorry I didn't have time to look for it.
It got lost with half of your throat.
Did you check up your butt?
Do you have another one? Do you have another one, Benji? If I didn't like you so much.
The Hank, you and Benji look at each other, and there's a quick flashback to Dr. Brinovic pulling the throat mic out of the hole.
Oh God!
Where like as he's like,
yeah.
What is this? As he throws it into the waste container. You guys tell me what you want to do.
What I kind of want to do, I don't think Hank would do this because it'd be kind of unethical. Kind of want to just use Benji's, what is it? What's the skill that you use to find the mob boss? I mean, the mob.
Black market.
Doctor. Black market. Find some roughnecks and just like pay them to be our muscle.
That is an interesting idea.
Place.
Awesome idea.
But we can't have them if once they get in contact. I got some money.
I will tell you that you would think it's like, okay, that's not a bad idea, but you also know that you need to contain the situation.
That's what I'm saying.
Bringing more eyes into it.
That's why I said it would be unethical because we'd have to off them afterwards.
Jesus. Okay. Yeah. That's. I suppose so.
We can wait till he leaves.
As long as we're mobile the whole time. Benedict will insist on not being in one place at one time because he doesn't trust that fucking.
If we wait till he leaves, my plan would be to pull him over. I'm guessing I have like a light I could put in the dash cam or dashboard. Pull him over. Arrest him. We take him somewhere, interrogate him. What's left of him, his sanity.
It's not bad.
Okay. Yep. All right. I would just say that Benedict is going to encourage us to be incredibly cautious and not be near the neighborhood, not be near those woods, and try and intercept him elsewhere.
Is there a way we can draw him out? Because he doesn't know that we broke into his house. Unless he has cameras. So, like, I'm thinking we could call him and set up a meeting that might cause him to leave the house. Like, we could sort of choose.
Should we leave him a note? I have a notepad right here. Should we leave him a nice little note?
We do have a way to contact him, right?
No, we have the satellite phone that goes to like an A cell or something like that. It doesn't contact him, even though he's our handler, which seems odd because we could contact the other dude directly.
I guess we just gotta post up then.
All right.
We could ask the neighbors for his phone number again.
Because that went so well.
I would say not. We could try that while we're waiting. I mean, if you really want to give it another go.
No. Benedict has been scarred. No.
This like big bandage on his throat now, asking
for tea. He's got a beautiful foulard. He's
Good
gonna come
action
back with a
team.
big. It's me again, and he's gonna be a bit more gruff. No, don't think that's gonna be it.
It is
stake
shocking
it out.
to me that Benedict has a 15 charisma. It's shocking.
Yeah, I mean,
That
given
was
what
his
happened
thing.
2 episodes ago, yes.
Yeah.
That's his whole thing.
All right. Y'all want to park like not next to the house. We just have to see if he leaves the driveway, so we can park down the street.
Yep.
All right.
So that's the plan. You guys are just gonna sit down the street a touch, and
I think so.
Right. Okay. You guys sit there, and you sit, and you sit, and you sit. You're far enough away to where it's like you don't really have like a super good look on what's happening to the house if you're going to be down a little ways. After a little while, you do, or like as it starts to get dark and street lights come on, pardon me, and whatnot, eventually you see Dr. Barbas. He comes out. He has in his hands what looks like as he's coming out. And again, this guy's wearing exactly the same set of clothes that you saw him in the first time you ever saw him. He comes out and he has this weird. He has this this weird book in his hands, and it's just like it's covered in stains. It looks like it might have been like bound by hand or something. It just looks like it's in tatters. And he's
saw that
got
eyebrow raise, John.
I'm just thinking it's human skin. It's human skin bound, king in yellow.
And he's walking out and he's like got his finger pressed to it, like he's reading as he goes. He he's like fumbling with his keys because he's so transfixed in the book, and he gets in his Ford Explorer and backs out of the driveway and begins to head out. What do you guys?
That's him, Taylor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm as we go, I say, let's wait for him to get out of the neighborhood to I don't know. Do we want a more public place? Probably not. More
Definitely
private.
not.
No.
And we
Edge of
force
the
him
highway.
into the car. Yeah. And
2 people cover, and 1 person goes and gets him out the car. If
Still
he
got
even
that
stops.
black bag kit.
Always.
Right on, brother.
we might need you to do some of the heavy lifting there, Benji. I can hold a gun to him, and maybe Benedict should, stay in the car, be the driver.
Stay in the car.
Yeah.
I reckon I can handle him. That fat ass is probably 95% Arby's.
Easy. Jesus.
Easy on the Arby's. That's listen. Say what you want about the crazy guy who almost got killed by a machine, but
You know how many times we've had Arby's, and how dare you say something like that?
how very dare.
All right.
So you guys are following him.
Yep. And
Okay.
as soon as we find a less populated area of wherever he's going, try to pretend like we're police. Put on the little light on the dash.
How long are you guys gonna follow him? Like, are you gonna see where he goes, or are you just gonna wait till you get out a little ways and then light him?
I don't really want to wait to see where he goes. Should we? I might be telling him for a while.
I don't think so.
I'd say first isolated place we see.
Who's driving?
Benji.
Benedict, because he can't do any of the. We don't really want him in the line of fire or do anything physical, so.
That makes sense.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. Benedict, roll me a luck roll.
Oh.
Just a D100. You want below 50. You want 50 or below.
That's a 95 over 50.
You guys are following this guy. That's an unlucky roll. You guys are following it, and then you do not, like, he seems to be, everywhere he seems to be going, seems to be fairly well traveled, trafficked by either pretty heavy vehicle traffic or by pedestrians. Like, there's, like, even though it's kind of in the evening, it's just kind of getting dark, you see a good bit of both. And you don't know how easy it's going to be to put him a bag on his head and arrest him. If you still want to pull him over, you're just not sure you're going to be able to do it surreptitiously.
What do you think? Should we, I don't think we're going to get a spot to get him secluded. Should I just overtake him and force him off the road at this point?
Well, we don't want the cops looking for us.
We are the cops, goddammit.
We are the cops. What, are we going to be looking for ourselves?
Maybe this is a sign we should see where it's going now. I'm kind of intrigued. But, of course, if you two... I could go either way. But I am a little intrigued to see where he's going every day.
I've learned to be a little bit more cautious. You get wise to this, Hank, when you reach my age. You get wise and you get cautious and you become slower.
You start hitting things you don't know with with sledgehammers. Okay. You want to try to just...
Yeah.
All right,
we
guys...
want to try to pull him over, right? Is that what we decided?
We're just going to keep following him, right? See where he goes?
Yeah. See where he goes. If we get an opportunity...
With that roll, what I'm saying, what the roll means is we're not going to get an easy opportunity until he gets his destination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we keep following him.
Eventually, you guys make it to a little bit of the shady side of town. It's a mostly kind of industrial area, or like semi-industrial, semi-commercial area. A lot of places look like they're not doing business anymore. Graffiti, and broken glass in old buildings and stuff. But Dr. Barbas's Ford Explorer pulls up to a business that does look like it's still succeeding in this area. It is Big Al's Junk and Scrap. Barbas pulls up to the door, or to the gates that have a big chain across them, and he's like patting his pockets, and eventually he pulls out a ring of keys and starts putting keys one by one in the lock until it opens. He then pulls his Ford Explorer in the gates, leaving them open behind him.
Did he lock his car?
He drove the car.
He pulled in
with him.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Fuck. Can we get a sense if we were noticed?
I want to do
some type of check.
Alertness, probably.
Failed for Benedict.
Let me see. Oops, this
failure for Benji.
Success. 58 under 86.
It's always
It doesn't seem like he noticed you. The other two, you guys, you don't know. Hank, you feel like you guys have done an okay job. So are you guys going to follow him in there? Do you want to do it on foot? Do you want to do it just pull in behind him in the car?
Let's pull in slow. I don't think he saw us, and maybe we can. Luck will still be on our side. Let's just go slow down the pathway in the car.
Yep, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You pull in behind him, and you like turn the lights off. And at some point in time, his lights are still on. At one point in time, you see you kind of get behind, and this is a big scrapyard. It's got all sorts of stuff. It's got like one of those cranes with the big magnet, and stuff like that, and cars that are piled up. 4 or 5 cars tall in these big piles. You get to a spot where you think that Barbs' car is, and you see that the car is sitting there, headlights and everything's still on, and the driver's door is open, and you don't really see Barbas.
I've got a plan, boys. What if I crawled in the back of his car and when he got back in, put a gun to his head and
Ooh.
told him to follow
I
y'all?
like that.
I'm worried to let you go, but I love the idea.
I think that's a splendid idea, especially since I'm not in the car with that crazy fool.
Especially that it won't be me.
But I do think that's a great idea. Because I don't want to be wandering around here and he's got more spider engines crawling about this junkyard. So let's go with that.
This could go horribly wrong, but I think it's fun.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got something for you. You should take my fire retardant balaclava.
Oh, shucks, that means a lot.
Don't
I
mention
know how much you love that. Always wearing it around the hotel.
Just as one does. All right. So what is Benji gonna do then?
just crawls like this.
Like
Hell yeah.
And before you go, also take a black bag, add these wrist ties, and you take my Speedo.
Yep.
I care for you deeply.
I imagine that
Take the
Benedict
Speedo.
does that thing like from Zoolander where he takes the Speedo off without actually taking his pants off. He just pulls it out.
Well,
And we will follow you if he gets going, or we'll be back here.
So are
No,
you guys waiting in the car? Like you tell me what
he's
you're gonna do.
he's gonna tell
Yeah.
him to follow us. He's gonna hold the gun to his head, and he's got to follow us somewhere.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it's a plan, right?
Yeah.
Where's he gonna
So-
follow you?
Benji, before
Arby's.
you go, as much as I like Arby's, I don't think we will be able to get much out of him, man.
Neither the time nor the place.
Do you
Just
know
interrogating a man
does
in
anyone
a
know any sketchy spots around here? Maybe abandoned warehouses or something like that?
Or,
Didn't we have a safe house at one point?
So canonically, the location of the murder board where you guys have all your info
Oh.
is like an abandoned construction site.
Yeah, we'll take him there.
All right. Benji will take off his shotgun and assault rifle and leave those in the car so he can actually maneuver and crawl. He will take
Okay.
the black bag kit, stuff it in his trench coat, and army crawl over to Exeter's car and attempt
Okay.
to get in the back.
All right, you do. Make me a stealth roll. Probably a good use.
I was
the old
worried you were gonna
stealth
say that.
mechanic. Oh man,
It's
don't you
dark.
hate it?
It's dark.
It's
We
dark.
get
It's
some
dark.
bonuses on that.
Okay, give yourself plus 20. It's pitch
I'm gonna need
fucking black in this place.
I have to
Let's
roll
see what
under a
happens.
30. Plus 20. Failure. Hard fail.
Yeah.
Not a fumble though.
As you go and you open the door to get into the back seat of the Explorer, and as you do, you hear, "Hey, hey!"
Oh,
And
fuck.
you turn, and there is Agent Exeter / Dr. Barbas, and
Thank-
he has what looks like a. He has what looks like the handlebars from a jet ski or something. he's like, you know, he's like holding them and like he's like got him holding them like cordwood in his arms. Like he's got an arm full of parts and stuff.
He's like,
I say,
so Benji just yells out,
Hank, I need a hand.
Benedict, turn on the lights to the car, and I'll put the M4 up.
Try and stun him.
Okay, you guys turn the lights on, and he's now full on, like, in the headlights, and he's like, he squints his eyes. He's like, what the hell? What?
Get down!
and
Drop what you've got, or you want to say something, Benji?
What? Molasses, is that you? What?
Drop what you've got, you off-brand Mad Max mechanic wannabe, and step towards the car.
What are you talking about?
Benji, escort Mr. or should I say Dr. Barbas to the car.
What? And he drops all this stuff. He's holding his hands up. He's like, did you look in on me? What is this?
and Benji will walk around behind him and pull out his pistol and put it to his head and be like, "Walk."
I don't know what the hell you think you guys are doing. I just told you everything I knew. That was all I told you.
Less talky, more walky.
All right, he does this. He's like I don't know what this is. He's like, did somebody get to you?
No, brother, we got to you. Now get in that fucking car, and I'm gonna blow your brains out.
He's like we were just. It's like who's at the door, Chester? Then trying to figure out what the hell's going on there.
Is he not moving?
Oh, he's walking. He's walking
Okay.
as you. He's bitching as he goes. He's bitching and complaining. He's like this isn't right. This isn't right, guys. Like you're missing the point here.
Benedict nudges Hank. Go, give him a hand, pat him down. We don't want any stabby surprises.
Yeah. We'll pat him
As
down.
a
put the
telescopic
baggers,
blade comes out of his pocket. Ha ha!
Stabby surprise.
Surprise!
Let's put zip ties on his hands and a black bag over his head. Is he like complying, or do we have to force it?
He's relatively complying. He's like, look, I know that it's hard to trust anyone in this job, but you're missing the point. These people are missing, and we have to figure out what's going on. And he's just constantly
You shut the hell
justifying himself.
Then she pulls a roll of duct tape out of the black bag kit,
Oh, nice.
slaps it over his mouth.
Fantastic. You duct tape his mouth, and who pats him down?
Hank, I guess.
As you pat him down, there's this sound as you pat him down. It's like this crinkly, crumply sound, and it's everywhere you pat him. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what's all over this guy? And as you like reach into his pockets, it's that yellow legal pad paper. Each one of them crumpled into a little ball, and you realize that not only are his pockets full of these papers, he's got them in his clothes. Like, he's literally got these little crumpled bits of this yellow legal pad literally from his pants, like inside his pants, right up against his skin, all the way up to the top of his shirt. Like he's some type of weird... Don't take this wrong way. Like he's some type of weird scarecrow, like, filled with stuffing. Now, he's still a man, but he just, like... that he's got these...
I was like, how will we take that the wrong way?
When you think that he might actually be some weird scarecrow...
Somebody's got a trigger happy finger for scarecrows.
But as you look at this, I mean, imagine Hank, you're like, what the hell? Like, you unfold one of these, and you see those words. You see the words that, you know, you've heard Benji maybe mumble something here and there, and I don't know, like, I feel like at this point, that Hank probably instinctually looks away, and he's just like, this isn't good.
It says, have you seen it?
Like, some of them say, have you seen it? Some of them have little lines of poetry and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
Benji, if you get a look at these, this dude has all sorts of snippets of the King in Yellow, of the play itself, all over his body. He's like literally like stuffed his clothes with them.
Does he still smell rancid?
And he smells gross.
And oily.
And oily. And gasoline-y.
Okay.
Benji, why don't you see? I'll secure him in the vehicle. Why don't you check and see if you can find that book out of his car, or anything else he might have had in there?
Yeah, Benji will search the car.
Yeah, sitting over there on the passenger seat is this tape-bound, like it's literally bound with like a mixture of masking tape and like clear Scotch tape, and you open the front and it's very obviously a photocopy, and across right the front of the first page is Ars Goetia, which is the book that you guys ran into 20 years ago that contained methods for interacting with or summoning demons. It details, basically, you guys remember Demon Web 101?
Mm-hmm.
It has the contents of Demon Web 101 printed within, obviously photocopied from somewhere else and put together in this book. All around the margins are what looks like Dr. Barbas's, what it looks like the handwriting that you've already seen, the handwriting that you've already identified as Dr. Barbas in blue ink in the margins across everything else. And there's another set of writing in a felt-tipped pen that's unfamiliar. Yeah, it is.
In his house.
Can Benedict check if the page is missing, the person page?
Oh no, it's in there.
Okay.
There's all sorts of these things in there.
He doesn't find anything else in the car.
To inspect the book, you're going to have to take some time. There is other stuff in the car.
The car, yeah. Well, it's Benji doing this at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I assume you have Benji's looking at it. Hold on, I just lost my spot. Yes, so in the back, Benji, you open the back trunk of the Explorer, the back hatch, and you see, and there's a box there, and it's a old kind of cardboard box, the kind that you would stuff files in. And across it are written the words evidence, comma, FBI White Plains, comma, Right A, comma, 10 August 95. And you recognize the box that your team delivered to the FBI back in 1995 after you had compiled the evidence that you guys had found.
Interesting.
He never returned it to the organization.
Well, you guys gave it to the FBI. It looks like he got it from the FBI.
Oh, okay.
And sitting on top are two big. One is looks like on a piece of lined school paper, and the other one's on what looks like a napkin. You see these two diagrams. Diagrams of complicated looking machines. One is labeled as, I believe, is labeled a Scriba. ESCRIBA. And I think I have something for this, if I can find it. And the other one says LEAO.
Elite.
Anyone want to roll a quick, or Benji, since you're looking at it, roll me a quick intelligence check.
Okay. That'll be a success, 47 under 75.
You believe this is Portuguese. And unless you're mistaken,
that means lion.
Leo means lion.
Yeah.
And escriba means scribe or writer. I'm putting 2 diagrams on your board here for you to check out.
Whoa.
There's one. Sorry, I'm trying to find the other one. So I thought there was a picture for it, but maybe I'm incorrect. And also, as you're looking at this, one of these, this diagram that you're seeing here of the writer or the scribe looks to be made off of the, looks to be on a piece of napkin from the Gateway Bridges restaurant, which is the restaurant where you originally met with Barbas. You vaguely recognize the diagrams marked Leo. I mean, if I'm mispronouncing that, or Lion, you recognize them as a diagrams of something that you recently came into contact with.
Friendly neighborhood.
Wow.
Forest walker.
Have you posted the diagram of the Leo yet?
I don't have it. It doesn't exist. I apologize.
Oh, just the scribe. Okay.
Yep.
But it's the scribe says Leo over it. Okay.
Oh no, the scribe says escriba.
Escriba.
And there's another diagram with the line.
Okay.
So.
But I'm just saying, this diagram you're showing us has Leo in blue on it.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. Okay, so no, this is the one that you recognize then. And escriba is the one that you don't have. My mistake.
Okay. Huh.
So, as you guys are looking at this, and just this realization again, Benji, you would lose some sanity. You would take some sanity damage, but you're immune to helplessness sanity damage, so you're not going to.
Nice.
So yeah, so what do you do with this as you're looking through the back of this? And Hank, I imagine, is like shoving Barbas into the back of the Explorer.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna put all this stuff.
Taking the chance to hit him with a shoe as he's getting pushed into the van.
I'm gonna put all this stuff in the trunk.
The trunk of your car?
Yep.
Okay. All right. What are you guys gonna do?
To the safe house?
Yeah. Or
Alright.
the construction site area.
Didn't we burn that? Weren't we got a little paranoid? We burnt that place? Or at least
you did.
Benedict did.
Maybe Benedict did in his mind.
Okay.
He's like, this place is gross. I'm not coming back here.
Yeah, burned in that
burned
sense, not actually
Exeter's car.
physically burned.
Well, are you going to throw Exeter in the back seat with one of you guys?
Yeah,
Or
Benji's
are you
gonna sit back
Or are you
there.
gonna take his car?
Oh.
You tell me. Sorry, I misinterpreted. I thought he was going in his own car.
No, I think we
That
just
was the
leave this car
original-
there.
Yeah, that was the original plan. I think now we're just gonna all ride together. Benji'll sit in the back seat with him. Pistol trained on him.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see any problem with leaving his car there. We just got everything of importance, it would seem, out of it.
Okay. All right, cool. You guys, as you leave, are you gonna do anything with this car, or just leave it right there, or are you gonna lock the gate
Thinking
as
we
you
could.
go?
We'll lock the gate.
Okay. Yeah, you guys go and you make your way back to the location of our murder board, to an abandoned construction site. You get down in kind of the bowels of this place. It has a basement level, which is where your murder board is, and you can probably find a folding chair to strap Dr. Barbas to. And there's that. Which of you is gonna whip the bag off his head with a flourish to reveal the 3 of you standing there?
Benedict will do it.
Yeah. Benedict, as you do so,
He's taking a tea cozy off.
You tear your stitches, and I need you to take 1d4 damage as you do so.
Benedict whips the bag off. Benji's like, "Oh, you're finally awake."
Okay, wow.
Good job.
Jesus.
All right, so yeah, one of you, Benedict, you jerk the bag off his head. He's there. He blinks in the light. There's like one of those construction lights there, like on the tripod, just like shining at him. And you guys are standing there. And he's like, you guys are all wrong. You guys, I don't know.
Shut up, you blubbering asshole. Do you want to see something? And he shows him the stab wound in his neck.
He's like, what the fuck happened to you?
This is your work. What the fuck are you doing in that house?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He slaps him.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly reference the healing rules, and let's see.
I don't know if it's a check for slapping. It's more an action more than anything.
You're gonna give him a flavor slap.
A flavor slap.
Encouragement.
All right, give him a flavor slap, and he's like, what? He's like, I don't know. He's like, listen, while you guys are fucking around here, what's really going on? What happened to our people is out there at the Dorchester.
Yeah, it goes to sit down.
That story's not gonna fly. What exactly were you doing in the junkyard at the dead of night?
I was just collecting things I needed.
For what exactly? Why would you need the handles to a jet ski?
I need to repair some stuff at my house.
And have you seen this? We've been to your house, all right, Barbas. We know what you've been doing in there. What you've been doing in there is what has caused. He points to Benedict. You did that to him.
What? And he's looking at you guys, and he's just like, and he just starts struggling. He just starts struggling against the zip ties. He's like, "Let me out of here! Let me out of here! I have to get back! And he's like, we don't have time for this. I have shit to do. It's the Delta Green. They need me to." And he's struggling and trying to get out. He's like, I need to. I have to. If I don't get back there, I can't. I have to do more writing. I have to write more. And he's struggling and rambling.
Benji reaches into his shirt and pulls out one of those pieces of legal paper, and he unrolls it, and it's like,
"What does this mean to you?"
And he's like, his eyes are like swimming in his head, like they're just like they're going all over the place. Like he can't even. He's like, I have to write for the machine, the machine. I have to write for it. I have to make more. He begins like foaming.
He's gone. There's another machine in there. I turned to the side to everyone. I was like, I wonder if this scribe has been telling him to make this crap.
Who else is in there with you, man?
You're living with a woman? A lady friend?
No.
She been helping you?
No. I just have to. I have to get back. I have to. And he's like literally like jumping around with the chair now. Like he's tied to the chair. He's like jumping hopping with it toward the door.
Maybe he'll have a heart attack and we won't have to kill him.
I'm gonna try to persuade him. I'm gonna try to calm him down and say, listen, we understand we've all been exposed more or less to these things. You can talk to us. We've seen some shit too. And I'm gonna try to do that tactic with trying to not frighten him as much, I suppose. That makes sense.
All right, you can try.
Okay.
Let me see what you got.
critical 11.
Wow.
Critical
Nice.
success. He
It's
looks
the
at
time
you.
to get one.
He looks at you as you're saying. He's like, "You've seen it."
He puts a hand on his shoulders. He said, "Yes, we just want to help you, but we need to know."
And you know I gotta get back. You know I have to feed the machine. You know.
What we know is we need what is inside that house, because we are going to have to go in there and
I found it. I found it in the. I found it. I found the diagrams and I built them, and they gave me the instructions.
where did you find the diagrams?
In the night world.
And who gave them to you?
I just found them. They were there, but they were for me. Like this is my contribution.
And how did you get to the night floors? In the night worlds?
He knows how. You know how. And he looks at Hank like kind of pleading. He's like, you know how. I have to get back. I have to get back.
We're going to help you, but who else is in your house?
Nobody's there. Nobody's there. It's just me. Well, sometimes there are other, but it doesn't matter. It's just me. They come and go, but it's just me.
We're not. He's gone.
How do you turn the machines off?
I can tell you, but it's complicated. But why would you turn them off? Why would you turn them off?
Well, we need to know how to turn them off so we can make sure nobody turns them off. We gotta beef up those defenses. You know what I'm saying, brother? You better
If Hank
pound me
hadn't
one.
rolled a critical success,
That's fucking amazing.
I would give you something on this. All right, but because he rolled a critical success. He's like, come here, come closer.
Benji leans in for a kiss.
he plants a wet one right on your mouth. He trying to find something here real quick. Okay, he leans forward to your ear, Benji, and he begins to whisper into your ear. Would you be so kind as to please roll me one of them quick sanity checks?
Yeah. The roll 20. Sanity. Here we go.
Wow.
What'd you get?
What did I get? Oh, fuck me. I got a fumble. That's amazing. A crit, then a fumble.
Yeah, man. You get all the good luck. All right. I need you to make. So first of all, I need you to roll a 1d4. This is the amount of sanity damage you're going to take.
Okay. D4, that's a fucking 4.
That's a 4.
Amazing.
Would you like to deflect?
Honestly, Joe? No.
You're gonna take this. Is this gonna put you over an additional threshold?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I think it's
Why would
interesting.
you not deflect?
And I, as a player, want to find out what the fuck happens.
Well, two things are gonna happen. One, you are going to go what we like to call temporarily insane, as you roll me a d3. Just /R 1d3.
Okay.
Or you can roll a d6. So.
R 1 3, 2.
All right. At first, Benji, you guys are watching Benji, and at first he's like, "What?" He's like listening, but then his face relaxes. But then Benji, you start to panic, and you push away, and Benji reaches out and smacks Barbas right across the mouth. Just punches him square in his mouth.
Whoa, shit.
As he freaks out, he's like losing his shit, and he begins to violently beat Barbas.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Hold up there.
Yeah,
Easy,
I want
man.
you guys to roll. If you guys are gonna fuck with this, I want you to roll a dex check.
Yeah, I think
to
we
stop,
have to.
to stop him, to see if you can get out, to see if you can get between. And
I
so let's see,
failed.
that's a failure.
Get off him, man.
Actually, no, I'm gonna say Benedict doesn't even get a chance because your dex is naturally less than Benji's.
I like to
So
think
Benji would
Benji's
normally have the jump.
Like, he's not like, there's no emotion on his face as he's committing this violent act, and he's just like whispering over and over,
Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it?
Benji, go ahead and roll me a D100.
32.
Go ahead and roll me a D12.
He's bringing us down this rabbit hole of madness with dice.
12.
12?
12.
Give me a moment. Hank, you go to reach out to Benji. You're like, Benji, like, he smacks Barbas. He, like, jacks him straight in the jaw, and Benji's eyes are wide. We'll cover that in a sec. And then he reaches for his pistol, and before you can stop him, Benji pulls out his pistol. Blam! Blam! Blam!
Oh,
And
Jesus.
shoots Barbas 3 times in the chest. The chair falls backwards. Barbas's like mouth twisted up into this big smile as he doesn't even move as his head hits the concrete, and the 3 gigantic holes in his chest are just like, there's a few quick pumps as his heart, just like goo goo. And you guys are just
Jesus.
standing there, and like, Hank, I imagine you're like just short of getting your hands onto Benji, and Benji's just standing there wide-eyed, pistol out, just breathing hard.
Hank tries to like slowly lower his arm and possibly kind of take the pistol away from him.
Yeah, Benji, you are suddenly, with the elimination of this nearby enemy, you are suddenly kind of with it.
Holy
And
shit.
you realize that you have gunned down. You realize you've murdered this guy. I mean, obviously he wasn't a great guy, obviously, but you have blown Agent Exeter, Dr. Elias Barbas, away as his blood spreads out all over the concrete slowly as the smell of gunpowder like begins to permeate your nostrils.
Benji's just, like you said, breathing hard, and he just kind of like, he's frozen there for a second. And he's just like,
I had to do it. He was gonna kill us all. I had to do it.
he'll drop the gun and like turn around towards Hank and Benedict, kind of like shocked, like.
Benedict goes in, like gets him into a hug. Like, come here, man.
And Benji lets him hug him.
Yeah, and
He doesn't hug him back. He's just in a complete state of shock.
And Hank, you're standing there, you're kind of like holding, like I imagine, you reached out, you like kind of, you pulled the, Benji's pistol down, but also was kind of taking it from him. You're standing there holding the pistol. You feel the warmth of the recently fired firearm in your hand as you look down at Agent Exeter, at Dr. Elias Barbas.
I had to do it. I had to do it.
Okay. I guess Hank is just like try to keep him calm, Benedict. And Hank will dial up, use a satellite phone, and then dial up the Delta Green, the A cell, whoever it goes to.
It rings. It rings a few times. Hello?
Exeter's been dealt with. We're gonna need a cleanup crew at the construction site address.
Received. Move on to other elements that may have been contaminated. Search Exeter's place. And then return to your original mission at the Dorchester.
Understood.
Phone hangs up. And you know what? As you guys are sitting there and Benji, you're like kind of in shock. Like maybe tears are beginning to go down your eyes. You realize you have an epiphany. You have a sudden moment of realization that you think you know how to turn those machines off.
Thank God. I was about to say, I hope he heard that.
Please add a new skill. Carcosian Clockworks.
What?
Wow.
That's fucking
shit.
awesome.
So he basically knows a spell or a ritual or something.
That is fucking awesome.
And
Which
go ahead
means
and make that a 35%.
Which means you were right. Originally, Dace, when you said it's probably wonder if it's like some kind of Carcosian machinery.
Yeah.
But guys, I think that's a pretty good place for us to stop. A little long on this one, but I think it was worth it.
bloody. Little bloody.
And I'm gonna have to look up because you inflicted that violence. You murdered someone while in a state of temporary insanity. And I'm gonna be frank, I actually don't know if you take the damage from murdering someone.
Well, it's a win-win.
Insane while it happens. It's a win-win. Good thing you went
We
crazy.
made some great progress this session.
Yeah.
These have been my two favorite episodes so far.
Yeah, me too.
These two back to back were great.
Yeah. There's
Absolutely crazy.
It's a wild ride, that's for sure. Man. All right. Man, anyone listening, watching, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining all of us. I hope you've enjoyed these. Yeah, these last two have been really pretty good. If you like what you're hearing, go over to our Reddit. We're at r/greenboxgaming. It's kind of our headquarters where everything gets kind of put together. We're on the socials and whatnot, and all the links are there on Reddit. If you like what you're hearing enough and you're thinking, hey, I'd like to hear that a week early, man, you know who is hearing these things a week earlier? Our patrons over at Patreon. If you head over to patreon.com/greenboxgaming_ for $3, you can get these a week early. We're trying to come up with some stuff to add for the patrons to give them a little extra juice, including if we get an opportunity to include some new characters. I know we're already doing the character creation episodes are going to be patron exclusive. So yeah, consider that. But otherwise, gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah,
That was
That's
excellent.
awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. And we will catch you guys next time.
Chuck Man Bone.
Chuck Manbone is here to end the stream.
A whole lot of dude.
We'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
Bye bye now.